Just a few days ago, as I was writing the script, I found my old toys. It seems like they're just ordinary things worth nothing more than the money spent to buy them. However, every single Lego brick and every Beyblade is tied to dozens of memories that I recall with warmth. Those were the days when not only were there none of the wars currently raging in our world, but there wasn't even COVID-19. That discovery gave me the idea for today's video, because I'm definitely not the only one who has toys like this stashed under the couch or in the attic. So I invite you to take a trip down memory lane and recall some of the toys from the childhoods of kids in the 2010s and even to some extent the 2000s. And feel nostalgic about a time when the grass was greener and parents' pockets were emptier when it came to buying those toys. We will also look at the reasons behind the decline in popularity of some toys and find out whether toys for today's children are worse than those for teenagers and children of the 2010s. LEGO Ninjago isn't just an animated series or a line of LEGO sets. It represents an entire era in the childhood of most teenagers today. Each of us dreamed of becoming a ninja or being chosen by some prophecy to save the world from destruction at the hands of evil forces. That's exactly what the creators of the cartoon Tommy Adriasen and Thomas Fenger thought back in 2010, and their idea sparked a sales boom for the LEGO group. At the time, all the boys, and as I learned from friends the girls too, dreamed of gathering all the ninjas together along with some villains, so the ninjas would have someone to fight. But then unfortunately a ruthless toy company called the LEGO Group started milking the franchise for all it was worth, and now we have 15 seasons of the main series, numerous standalone spin-offs dedicated to the adventures of the main characters, and a brand new series about a new generation of ninjas, Rise of the Dragons. But the Ninjago series still managed to make its mark on pop culture, as the sets featuring the colorful little figures became some of the most popular in the world. Another toy that could spin was the fidget spinner. Fidget spinners were all the rage in 2017, and there was just a crazy amount of hype surrounding them. It features a simple design consisting of 3 blades and a central hub around which they rotate. A small, simple and cool toy not only for children but also for adults. There were many reasons for their popularity, and the main one is that fidget spinners help relieve stress. When you spin it with one hand, it's easier to focus on tasks. For example, while I'm editing this video, I spin a fidget spinner to make the work easier. People also performed various tricks with fidget spinners, created trends on YouTube and Instagram, and ran advertising campaigns showcasing different models of fidget spinners. And let's not forget about that place where all the kids had to wear something trendy, or else they wouldn't accept you as one of their own. Schools, where literally everyone had a fidget spinner. I actually have this gold fidget spinner. Back then it was totally awesome. Yeah, I found something to show off. The reason for the decline in the popularity of fidget spinners was that the company started mass producing identical models just in different colors. The toy may have been cheap, but let's face it, we're not octopuses, so we can spin 8 fidget spinners at once. The trend simply ran its course and kids moved on to other toys like fidget spinners as a way to relieve stress. But they became popular around 2021, so kids and teens were really stressed out because of the lockdown. I didn't have a lot of stress with my peers. We took out our aggression by playing with Beyblades. Yeah, there are a lot of toys in this video that have something to do with spinning around the axis. So what? From the very beginning, Beyblade was an anime that literally everyone watched. Yes, even your friends who still claim they would never touch this genre in a million years, they watched anime. Let me know in the comments if you would like a separate video on the history of anime culture. In the United States and Europe, Beyblades gained popularity in waves with the release of new seasons and series. Everyone wanted to have the strongest one so they could beat their friends, or their enemies, or everyone at once. It even got to the point where my friends and I would take a sheet of ice out onto the street in the summer when it was 30 degrees Celsius, just so we'd have a fighting ring. And we'd even shot lines from anime out loud on the street, because we thought it would give that piece of plastic some kind of power. I'm still surprised our parents didn't think we were crazy. They, Beyblades, were popular until 2022, when the third reboot I watched came to an end. The girls, on the other hand, were playing with all sorts of dolls. Well, they're girls after all. But just around the same time that the boys were going crazy over Ninjago, the girls got tired of Barbie and switched to Monster High.
This is a popular series of books and animated shows about the struggles of teenage girls, but these aren't just girls, they are monsters. Girls loved the concept, so Mattel decided to create a line of toys based on the series. The result was a Barbie, but one who, between manicures and spa treatments, brought Frankenstein back to life. Just for fun. Unfortunately, however, the hype surrounding the toys died down as competitors began to appear on the market, and there were actually quite a few of them. The children themselves have grown tired of the doll designs. So unique they are now outdated, because competitors offer newer versions. And in some countries Monster High was even banned because it promoted the afterlife, and that would certainly have had an impact on children's mental health. Oh my god, I think if only all these officials could see what's going on in the world, they would ban it for the sake of the children's mental health. Please don't do this. Let's all squish the slime together. Slime has gone down in history as a pop culture phenomenon. It was literally everywhere. On YouTube, you can now find tons of videos from 8 years ago showing how to make slime using everyday materials. Everyone wanted their own slime, absolutely everyone. Whenever someone brought it out onto the street, the person became a god in our eyes, or some kind of king of the playground, because holy shit, it's got slime! Slimes were at the age of the popularity between 2015 and 2017. They gained their popularity on Instagram and YouTube thanks to various trends. However, starting in 2019, the popularity of slime began to gradually decline, for one thing. Those same kids could have been little Heisenbergs, setting up entire laboratories where they could produce large batches of blue slime with 98% purity. Second, content about slime became oversaturated and repetitive, which is why kids just got tired of them. And third, competitors like Pop It and Simple Dimples with squishes have appeared on the market. Well, let's talk some more about cars. Hot Wheels is a series of toys and an animated show about race cars that save the world from all kinds of monsters. Hot Wheels were popular during the same years as all the other toys before them. They were popular thanks to their cars, which still look cool today, and their unique concept of race tracks. You could even build ramps out of them, and Hot Wheels could perform all sorts of stunts on their tracks. But this isn't a story about how Hot Wheels lost its popularity. In fact, there were periods when sales dipped, but they were brief and were simply because kids were playing video games instead. So what are the main reasons behind the decline of all these toys? Money. When big corporations see that a certain toy line is raking in a ton of money, they just milk that line for all it's worth. Just take Lego for example, which bases all its sets on collaborations. As a result, the trend for these toys is gradually waning, and as we have seen, most of the toys mentioned in the video were popular solely because of the hype. And the third reason, we have all just grown up. Yes, many of the toys from our childhood are still popular today among the new generation of children, but they have their own childhood heroes too. And are they really so bad? Not at all. Kids these days just have their own toys, their own trends, their own time. The fact that kids are now buying plush toys from Digital Circus is actually cool, because it helps promote the show. And don't say that a lot of videos for degenerates are being made based on this show. Back in my day, there was exactly the same kind of content for Gravity Falls or Frozen, but somehow we grow up to be normal people. Most of us. Toys haven't gotten any worse, and they haven't lost any of their charm. It's just that a new generation of toys is emerging in pop culture, and as far as I'm concerned, my younger brother's childhood, or that of your children or younger siblings, will be just as exciting as ours was. Thanks for watching, geeks. Like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos, and I'm off to spin my fidget spinner. Adios.